Hello, students. In our World Habitat series, we are at cool forests. We are done with polar region, so today we will do cool forests. Let's go into details of cool forests. What are cool forests? A forest is a thickly wooded area. Forests have a wide variety of plants and animals living among the trees. Where in the world where you can find cool forests that like cooler climates are found largely in the northern hemisphere, far north of the equator. You can see the equator here. This is southern hemisphere, and they are found near the northern hemisphere. There are two types of uh, trees you will find: coniferous and deciduous. Forest animals, let's have a look at the example. Forests are heaven for a wildlife, including the weasel, which is small enough to chase small rodents such as mice and voles down their holes. This is a small weasel. So now what are deciduous forests? In cool forests, we have two types, deciduous and coniferous. So deciduous trees lose their leaves in winter. These trees need weather patterns that are neither too hot or not too cold, and with seasons, layer on layer. Deciduous forests have two or three layers: a canopy, treetops, sometimes a layer of shrubs, and then the low lying plants such as mosses, ferns, and spring flowers. Here you can see springing to life. A forest appears to sleep in winter, but in spring it bursts into life. Buds open and ferns spread out to soak up the light. Land of plenty. A forest floor is littered with dead leaves and wood, and there are often plenty of nuts and berries. It's a perfect hunting ground for squirrels. Now, autumn colors. In the growing season, deciduous leaves appear green because of a chemical called chlorophyll. In autumn, the leaves turn yellow, brown, or red as the chlorophyll is destroyed. This is maple leaf. Making an entrance, woodpeckers use their beaks to dig out grubs and to make nest holes. They have amazingly long tongues to probe and seek out insects. Trees as homes. So interesting. Woodpeckers take 2 or 3 weeks to dig out a nest hole into which the female lays several eggs. The hole is usually in a dead tree. These are the woodpeckers. These are the ferns. When mature, a fern bud unrolls and the leaflet open out. As it matures, the leaflet opens out. The forest floor. It is very interesting. The deciduous forest floor is alive with a mighty army of insects and small creatures. These are rich pickings to be had for these animals. Prickly hedgehogs snuffle along using their keen sense of smell to find such goodies as beetles, caterpillars, earthworms, snails, slugs, and spiders. Things that wriggle, earthworms help to break soil down, taking it in at their mouth and digesting it in a short intestine. The worms' droppings help to enrich the soil. It is a cycle where one organism benefits the other and cycle goes on. Seeds. Trees have a variety of ways of spreading their seeds widely. Rowan tree produce seeds in berries that are eaten and so spread by birds. Poplar trees seeds grow on catkins. Hares catch the breeze and they fly away. Sycamore seeds have wings that direct their fall away from the tree. Acorn are collected and buried by squirrels. Some will grow. Life as a larva. Now move on to the small animals. Shade lovers. Most plants need lots of sunlight to grow well, but some flourish in shade. These include ferns. Life in a log. You can see rotting wood provides food for thousands of tiny animals. Grub tunnel through it. Beetle grub tunnel through it, eating as they go. The grubs are an important food for songbirds. So this was all about the deciduous forest. So let's move on to coniferous forest. This is the second type of cool forest. Coniferous forests cover about a tenth of the world land. In the far north, they form a vast ring around the tundra and North Pole. Forest giants. Giant redwoods can live for thousands of years and their cones can take 20 years or more to mature. Wow. Perfectly at home. The North American porcupine is one of the few animals that can eat pine needles. It is also good at climbing the trees. Then comes the cone specialist. Most birds wait for pine cones to fall before eating the seeds, but the crossbill can prise open a coniferous cone with its cross tipped beak. Check the beak of this. Check the beak of this crossbill. Next, pine and needles. Conifers have needle shaped leaves that stay on all year. Instead of growing flowers and fruits, they produce cones. So there are male cones and female cones. Wolverines are also known as gluttons because of their large appetites. Wolves and wolverines. Large predators such as wolves and wolverines are often spotted in the wild. Thick fur allows them to survive the chilly winters of a coniferous forest. Does it have antlers? One of the largest coniferous forest resident is the moose. Only the male have antlers. Water babies. In summertime, moose love to wade into lakes and ponds to feed on aquatic plants and to escape the clouds of biting flies that suck their blood. All moose have a flap of skin, a bell hanging from their throat. See the bell hanging? Fantastic forest fungi or fungi. Many people think mushrooms are plants, but they are neither plants nor animals. They are, however, living things that need food to stay alive. They love damp forests. What is a mushroom? Many fungi live underground. To produce more fungi, they push up mushrooms that send spores into the air. Fairy rings. Some fungi are huge and lie like carpets underneath the forest floor. In clearings, mushroom will sometimes grow around the edge of the unseen fungi in rings. Is that a mushroom? Not all mushrooms look like the mushrooms that you eat. There are many different types and they come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Making more fungi. Mushrooms and the other fungi fruits do not make seeds. Instead, they make tiny spores that blow away in the wind and produce more fungi. Have a look. The fungus family. There are many types of fungi, some you may like and others you may not. They are harmful and they cause disease. Penicillin, antibiotics made from fungi, can cure diseases in human. Mold, when food rots, it sometimes get mold on it. This is a fungus. Blue cheese, when you eat blue cheese, you are actually eating mold. Ringworm, some fungi causes disease such as the ringworm on the skin. Cleaning up. Fungi are one of the world's natural cleaners. When a plant or animal dies, fungi help to break it down, helping to clear the forest from rotten things. They decompose it, help decompose it. Live food. Some fungi live off the things that they live on, such as trees. They do not have stomachs. Instead, they release a liquid that digests food outside the body. If there is a fact, if mushrooms and toadstools didn't exist, the earth would be buried in several meters of rotten gunk and life on the planet would soon disappear. They are the vital decomposers. In cool forest, the next topic is winter survival. The chill of winter brings less food and icy winds. Plants and animals have different techniques for surviving the changes. Leaves to last. Holly and ivy can survive wintry conditions because their leaves have a thick waxy covering that protects them in both cold and dry weather. Holly and ivy, these are the two plants that stay alive in winters. To stay or go, some birds are perfectly at home in cold conditions. The male robin winters in England while some females fly to a milder Spain. Come spring, they will head back. Let's change color. A number of animals change their coat in the winter. The stoat's coat turns white for camouflage. A white stoat is known as a ermine. See this stoat, the brown thing in summers and white in winters. The stoat has a brown and white summer coat with a black tip to its tail. Great escape. Birds can't hibernate, but they can fly away and spend winter somewhere warmer. Many do this. A hot bath. One group of Japanese macaques jump into natural hot springs to warm up in the winter, though getting out can leave them a bit cold. Macaques are also known as snow monkeys. The young learn to roll snowballs just for fun. Weird woods. In cool forest, we have weird woods as well. What are weird woods? Not all evergreen trees have needle shaped leaves, and not all broad leaved trees shed their leaves. Like bamboo forests are there, panda is there. Many of the New Zealand's birds, like the kiwi or flightless, the kiwi lives more like a hedgehog rooting around on the forest floor. These are all found in Australia and New Zealand. Prehistoric. The tree fern is a strange relic from the days of the dinosaurs. It is an evergreen tree. Ferns are there from very long time. Life in a tree. Eucalyptus leaves are poisonous, but one animal can stomach them, the koala. Special bacteria aid digestion. So that was all about cool forest, where we studied weird words, we studied winter survival and fantastic forest fungi, coniferous forest and deciduous forest. So that was all about cool forest. In the next video we will learn about rainforest. Thank you for watching. Until then, bye bye.